I'm excited
I
to
forgot
see.
to press recording.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Claire.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You finished? You did it? Congratulations.
Yay.
That 8 weeks goes by so fast.
Mm.
Like a blink and it's gone.
Yep.
There was another 2 months. But a beautiful app, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
That's
sure.
exciting. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it in its final state.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see it as well. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, if you are all ready, you can go ahead and share your application.
I think I can like maybe mention brief how we're gonna present this. Like we like Abby and Claude and Nadine. I mean, they will be like passing through the design from Figma, and later on, like so that like we all participate. Everyone will be like passing through what she or he'd been doing, like working on, like the page and the issue. Yeah, something like that. So that's how it will be like, you know. So I think Nadine and Abby, you want to go and maybe part of the
Yeah, sure. Are you still happy to share your screen, Nadinda?
Yeah, I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So in the designing process, we were kind of thinking what feeling we want to achieve for, and we aim for making it look like a cute interface. So that's why we chose the color scheme on like pink and purple based, and we had a bit of color changes a couple of times because apparently it's not contrast enough for accessibility, and like we also try to make it if it's for the color blindness, and this is the final result of that several tests. And so yeah, I was going from the like, I stole your wireframe, guys. So I just put it there and then like kind of developing it from the like desktop and mobile view, and then yeah, just me and Abby were trying to make sort of I don't know, responsive design perhaps.
I think once we got started, we underestimated how much work it was going to be. Yes. And how much there was to consider, like when we would go between like a mobile and a desktop, and then we'd be like, oh wait, but how will that work, and how will that work? And it took us a lot longer than we actually thought it was going to take us.
Yeah, so I think this works nicely. There is a bit of something like going on a different direction than we would have hoped. And I think the font size is also quite different because we wanted to go like, it looks big on the no, it looks small on the design, but when we applied it, it looks big. And so we just change it on the fly. And yeah, so what else do we need to talk, Abby?
I think the only other thing is, so obviously we adapted the nav buttons down for mobile with the plan to have some sort of like ARIA label on the non-text buttons, just because we couldn't get the text in that button like in a big enough font. There was too little space, so we went for the icons only, as a lot of other mobile apps do. And on the shopping list page, like Nadinda said, we spent a lot of time looking at the colors through the different, Figma has a really cool tool where you can look at all of the different kinds of color blindness and sort of see them side by side. So we found that there was still some difference by using like the dark pink to the light pink, even for the colorblind. And then we didn't have the time to implement it, but maybe sometime in the future, we also thought about putting some kind of icon just so that it's like absolutely crystal clear. But that unfortunately wasn't something we had time to do in the 2 weeks because it turned out to be a little bit trickier to sort out. But yeah, it's something we've considered there. And I'm trying to think. I think that might be it for the Figma. Can you think of anything else, Nadinda?
No, I don't think so. I think that's all.
Okay.
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 I will stop sharing and
Yeah. So yeah, like thanks Abby and Nadinda. They helped like the whole team a lot because they gave us like an idea of what we were going to style. So what we did next was me and Nadinda, we tried to kind of like create the initial environment so that everyone should be able to access the designs like initially, like everything ready. So we decided to use Material UI in our designing. And I think maybe I can share my screen. Let me Okay, so let me go to, I think I will need to delete the token so that I can go to the page me and I go to application, I delete the token. I think I'll be able to go to home page. Yep, landing page, yeah. So me and Nadinda, we started by like, after concluding that Material UI will be like the good tool to use. So this is like what we worked together. We installed Material UI. We called some like Font Awesome and some font style from Google Fonts. And this is what we built. Like once the user come to the UI, he will be able to see this page, which like give him option of like creating a new list or just, once there is an existing token from the other user, he can join using the same token. So after like creating like a new list, I think maybe I can go in the code also a bit to show going in create in home.jsx. As you can see, most of the component we've been calling was from Material UI right here. So we use something like card and text field that will help like the user to input something. And we use like this paper that like covered, as you can see, there is this background which like hold the whole background. And down here in like GSX, here, that's what we've been covering, like the whole home component, so that everything. So we had like this paper container and top image, as you can see here. Maybe you can do this to show it. If I go back, you can see there is at the top, there is like a milky thing, which like was an image. And there was this background, which we covered using the paper. And here is the styling, which were like, we use like some object styles that will apply to the Material UI component to do everything. Yeah, so I think going to the next page, like for an empty list, do you want to go on, Nadinda?
So I implemented the empty state of the shopping list. And I think the little bit of challenge was kind of to add the 3 navigation buttons and to make it like responsive. It was I don't know, it was hard for me. And the animation as well, like when you hover and then when you click it and it's activate. So can you click like one of the menu? Just add item, click, and then it stays like that when it's activated. I think that was tricky. And a classic problem was to center everything and not ruin other things. That was also a challenge for me. And I haven't actually touched CSS for a while. Oh no, I have a low battery. And yeah, I think that's all. The other stuff pretty much. Oh, the logo though. I think we had a little bit of problem with that because we wanted to be like at the top, but outside of our container, the cart, and then that was a bit tricky, and we tried different things and found a solution for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because after like I think Nadina is among the person who pushed like Aria, and after like creating this button, it helped the rest of the team. So like most of the big tasks were done because you can see every page we need this button. So yeah, so like I think now maybe you can go to Claire, who did like add a new item page. And yeah, Clay and me, I think we worked together. Do you want to come in?
Yeah, sure. So it was really useful that Sashi and Nadinda did the initial screen. So they did the welcome screen. So that was really useful for me. I don't have a lot of experience, for example, with material UI and using React in a sort of a front end way. So this was quite challenging, but because they initially did the welcome screen, I was able to sort of rip some of their code and build up the screen. So I managed to do the background, a little bit of the styling that you can see in the white box. But then at a certain point, I did get a little stuck. So Sashi very kindly helped me this morning with the rest of the styling that you see here. We had a bit of a job styling the input box, for example, getting it to behave the way we wanted to. I think we got pretty far. As you can see here, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I was able to style the add item button myself with the little plus inside. I was thinking, okay, how does that work? But then I read the code from that the others wrote, and I was able to figure out how they did that. So that was really good. Learned a lot from that. It was a really good experience to sort of code this up. I did have a few issues with my screen. So my screen, the bottom is a little bit cut off when you look at the app on my screen, but you know, that's not too bad. We're there 95%, I think, 98%. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true because actually me and Claire were trying to make it like work and having a reference from the UI, and we tried to like a user can like put any item, you know, and let's say mango juice, for example. If you click on add, the item will be added to the list. But now, and also kind of on mobile phone, like checking the responsiveness, we tried, you know, to kind of make it fit so that the user who have small tools could be able. But now the challenge we had was like, most of us in the screen thing were fitting, but other it'd be like, so in my PC, it's like something, I can't see the button, for example. So that has been some of the challenge with, you know, and kind of like when in codes, I think it was add item, yeah, it was create item. It was like the same thing because there is material high has already the component from like button component, card component. There was some style for the card which is already made. I think in the future we will maybe try to kind of make one component that we call like everywhere instead of like, you know, have some repetition. Yeah, like yeah. But finally we make it right. Yeah, we make it work and same styling, something like that. Yeah. So after like adding like some items, let's say you added let's say orange and you add avocados. That's the avocado. Yep. So once you added this item and you go to this button of my list, so you'll be able to see the list of the item. So this is like 3 items I've created so far. But if, for example, this is me who worked on this page, like, for example, let's add many items. Let's say was product shoes. Oh, my network. Bear with me. Sometimes I like my network, like, because it's slow, it will cause like some error from the database, you know. Yeah, so we have was the other product was like shoes, and there is clothes. Okay, so if we go again to the list of my list of the items, you can see there's this property of like a user like can scroll and see like, you know, the whole list of the products a user have created. And yeah, so if like user can, you know, filter, and once user filter, for example, let's filter the orange. You see the user can still have like the item filtered, and they can, you know, delete everything you're filtering, or you can just delete some of the items that you no longer want from your list of the product. Yeah. So the UI still work. You can still navigate from different page you like, and also like the list of products, you can see them, you know, on the page. Yeah. So what else did I miss? Maybe there is also like, because you remember the logic we applied for like modifying the, but when the user make an next purchase, you know, is the item like inactive or active? So maybe let's say, for example, close, like if you go in database, where is it? Make it maybe inactive by, okay, this is orange. Okay, let's take orange. And we can, for example, update the last purchase to be like right now is no. So if you make it, let's purchase it first. Okay, so maybe I purchase it, the orange now, right? It will be clicked and, you know, have this green, like, you know, checkbox. And if you go in the database, it just, I want to show like color also change based on like the state of the product, you know. So if you come to orange, you can see this is the time when the orange was purchased, and you can maybe update to be like, let's say the item was bought in August or in July. So this will make like the item to be inactive. And as you can see directly, it will be like inactivated and it should be on the last page, you know. So this is the orange, yeah. And also the other colors based on the logic, yeah. So maybe Nadine, something I forgot you can help me to add. Yep.
You're already sharing your screen, so maybe you can
Can I stop sharing? You can go on, maybe.
Oh, yes, sure. Okay. The thing is, I haven't opened it.
Oh, maybe you want me still, I don't know.
Yes, that's the thing.
Okay, save time. Okay, fine.
Holy sh- Okay. Or maybe you can give me the pointer access if that's possible.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Can you ask me?
Oh, yes, that's true. Oh, I don't know. Where's Sashi? No, I couldn't find it.
Fine. Okay, you can tell me, like, maybe I can,
Yeah.
you know.
So we want to change on the Firebase console. Maybe just go there and then just so orange, right? So we want to make the next purchase like less than 7 to change the color again.
Maybe you can make it 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's go back to the
And
view.
it was inactivated so far, so we need to.
Oh yes,
this,
something else.
maybe
So
let's
five.
try it now. Yeah, true. Okay. So let's go to
Clothes. Where's clothes? The thing.
things. Okay, this is shoes. This is dress. This is orange. I think clothes is here.
Right.
It is. Yeah.
It just.
So I can now make it to be, for example, 5. And if I go back, you can see now it's more based on the style we applied. It's
It's only your local Sashi.
Really?
I changed the color anyway.
Yeah.
Still your local. Anyway, yeah. Changed the color. Because we at the last minute we ran accessibility again and it's not passing, and so we changed it last minute.
Yeah, I think we did all the checks when we were doing our Figma design, but then the app in the design wasn't actually the same as Figma, so we didn't realize until like 40 minutes before that the colors were not the accessible ones that we picked. So it was like live production changes, real life experience.
Not fake on production.
Yeah.
So maybe can you go to the TCL 29 URL? So on your URL box, just.
You mean?
I can send the live site on chat. That one. Can you go there?
Okay.
I think I will.
Okay.
Oh, you need to, yes. Great.
So I need to, maybe I can use the previous token.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So just go to your and then because like share list. Share token. Yeah.
Let me copy.
No, share list. We already have that feature.
What?
Share list on the third.
Oh, you want share? Yeah, sure you can. That's true.
Yeah. No,
okay.
go back to your local host.
Local host, yeah.
Yes. And then on the navigation, there is a share list button. And there you go. Copy that.
Wow. Oh, I can't even copy.
Yep.
It's okay.
So we take away your demo time, Abby. I hope that's okay.
Okay,
Anyway.
so Yeah, there is a change. That's true. Now the color has been like this. So do you want to say something about accessibility?
Yeah, sure. Maybe I can. Oh, I need to. Can you copy your token and then I will, instead of
Try to share it in
do the chat.
the chat. Okay, there it is.
Okay. I will demo how we check the accessibility. Another one. Oh, I copied it. I copy it from the chat. Okay. So, oh, I don't have the extension here. Oh man, okay. But this is the kind of demo that is on my nightmare, isn't it? It's like everything is going wrong. Oh no.
Would you like me to quickly demo share
Yeah.
list on my screen while you're
That's
prepping
what I
that?
want to say.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
in the meantime, Abby can, them show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so this was the page that I worked on, the share shopping list screen. So we didn't have this feature before. So I quickly built it in this week. And obviously it shows you the current token that for the shopping list that you're using. And it also has this little copy button. So if you copy the token and then you paste it in the home page, it will take you back to the same shopping list. It's just a lot easier than having to go inspect and go into your local storage, which is what we were doing before. And obviously it's better for the user because any user might not actually know how to do that or that that's a feature. And this was again styled just using Material UI. I think in the code, I ended up using, I don't know if I've got it open right now, but I used like another little card to style the box that this is in. And then the Material UI buttons are really nice out of the box. They have like a nice little hover effect when you mouse over them. So you can see that it's an actual button that works. But that's it. It was pretty simple. And I did the same thing as Claire, where I reviewed the changes that Zashi and Nadinda had made on Saturday morning. And then I stole a lot of their code so that it matched everything else in the app. So it was consistent as well, which was good. But thank you to both Nadinda and Zashi for laying a lot of the groundwork that made it so much easier to finish these bits off. So yeah, that's the share list page. So I'll stop sharing now.
Okay. Yeah.
Nadinda, are you ready for the accessibility part of the demo?
Yes, now I'm ready.
Awesome.
Okay. Here we have our shopping list. And on the office, no, not office hour, isn't it? Well, last week we learned a bit of accessibility and we used Start before for the colorblind, and it's like there's a bunch of different kind of Chrome extension to check. And this is, I think, the like give more detailed report instead of just one bit of like it's just color or like just font and everything. So this one, if we run it, and it says congratulations, there is no. Can you actually see a different window, or do I not share it properly?
Yeah,
No,
we
I
don't
can't
see.
it.
Okay, good. Okay, and then yeah, so there was a bunch of different things when we failed before. It's like either the color or area label is not existing, or like if I change to mobile view, for instance, because we only have icon for it, and we need to like provide something more than just an icon, because for the screen reader to be able to work properly, we need to give a description for it. So that's also, I think now it should pass, but let's see. Do I need to refresh? I think I need to refresh. Yeah. Yeah, so it passed now. And then the bits that interesting about like colorblind, we can see like how like different kind of people with colorblind to see like how different contrasts see on that. And so we chose, that's how we sort of design our app. And if it's blurred, then it's still obvious what's different things happening on our app. So that's actually quite cool to learn more about accessibility. So yeah, I think that's all. I will stop sharing and continue with I think. So are we gonna demo from start to finish or something else? Someone can take over.
I'm not sure. We kind of demoed each individual part of the app, I think, like going through each step. Are there any questions about the app's functionality or anything else that we've done that we should answer before we finish?
It's so cute. I love this design. I can't get over it. I like this like peppermint candy background and the melting ice cream and stuff. It's so fun. I love it. How did you all come up with that idea?
Ice cream.
Yeah. Just love ice cream. Yeah.
There's a number and
we brainstormed loads of ideas and we were all very attracted to ice cream. That was like
that checks out.
Yeah, like summer theme kind of yeah.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And like the demo is absolutely amazing. Like you went into all the details, like how you approached different issues, like what was some of the obstacles you came over. So like sharing all this information was very, very helpful to understand your whole work in progress. So yeah, really, really like appreciated all the details and your hard work. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, great job. So I'm probably going to bounce at this point, let you do your last retro. But we should I want to be in the screenshot. So we should do this. Let's do a screenshot of the
Oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah. All right. Should we do like two of them? One just like regular and one more like funny one?
Sure.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. All right, I got one. Let's do another one. I don't know. Maybe we can smile or whatever. I mean, scream, whatever. This is great.
Nice.
I love it.
Cool. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much for all the hard work you put in over the last 8 weeks. It's really clear that you all work really well together as a team. Thank you to the mentors for all the attention you've given to these early career developers. I have so much faith that you are all going to do great things in tech. So I hope some of you are going to be participating in Career Lab. Got a kickoff this morning. I saw you there, Sashi. So yeah, so anyway, great work. I'll talk to you soon. See you on Slack.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, time to do our last retro, and I will hand it over to Bella.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to share the GitHub. 1 second. I think you already must have the link. Just 1 second. So I posted also in the chat here. Okay, so I hope you can see the link in the chat. This is the last retro that we are going to hold. As in every retro, we have the columns, appreciations, what went well, what kept us from making progress, what could we do better next sprint, and what's next for you. So we have the same columns. I think that I'm going to give 5 minutes to everyone that could not make to fill them, so you can fill them right now. If you need more time, just let us know. Okay. Okay, so is everyone done or do you need more time?
Maybe if we could have, 3 more minutes, we can have
Okay.
a thank you.
Okay, cool. So we start at 50. Okay, so 6:50. Okay, so I guess Claire, do you need more time?
No, it's okay. I'm good. Thank you.
Perfect. So we can start. I think that we can start with the first one that's in the appreciation. So we can start with Amaka, and you can read all your notes in all the columns.
Oh, Bella, I think it would be a good idea to maybe share your screen so that everyone can read from there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'll read my own in all of them, in all the columns. All right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So for appreciation, we did it. We really did it from the beginning to the end. We didn't encounter any major hiccup and setback that we couldn't solve. I'm really happy for how this cohort turned out. I learned a lot of things. The developers, your resilience, your hard work inspire me and is still inspiring me even now that we're coming to an end. And I really learned a lot from that. And you guys made the mentoring very easy, because one thing with tech, it's really hard to mentor people that don't have passion for it, because it can be frustrating. It can really be frustrating. And it's that passion to keep going even when you get stuck. And you had a lot of that, and that really made mentoring very, very easy. You clearly had passion for it, and you were willing to learn, willing to go all out for it. It was so beautiful to watch. Thank you very much. That was so inspiring. And then to the mentors, it was so nice mentoring with you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge. I learned a lot of things. I learned how to pass knowledge to people, how to be kind, how to communicate, and how to do a lot of stuff. I'm really happy I was involved in this, and I think it's something I want to keep doing because of how this one turned out. So thank you, everybody. I'm super grateful, and I'm going to miss you guys, everyone. I'm going to miss you. Okay, what went well? Well, our app is up and running, fully functional. Everything is fine. You got together, you designed the app on Figma, even though you didn't have a prior knowledge. That's what I was talking about, passion to do it, to learn. And you're not afraid to really like dive in and ask for help whenever you need it. It's really nice. And at the end of the day, you shared the work among yourselves, and then you did your screens individually. It was still fine. It came together as expected, and it's so nice. I don't have anything for what kept us from moving forward, but about what's next for you. Well, I'm still around mentoring at Collab Lab, and then I'm also like dedicating my energy at work, and then trying to get deeper in this software development thing, and then really make it to mid-level developer. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So next, I guess it's Luca.
Yeah, thanks, Bella. So yeah, I want to say that big thanks and shout outs to the whole team for getting the projects done. All your hard work definitely paid off, and like you can, like your app is proof of it. You did the app functions perfectly, and design looks beautiful. So thank you so much for doing that, and big shout outs for that. You all have been very supportive, dedicated, encouraging, and humble. And what Chiamaka said about resilience, like that's totally like same in terms of like being humble and encouraging. Because your team spirit, I think I said this before, but your team spirit was like very special because you always were there to support each other. And this last 2 weeks was example of it. Like some of you going extra miles to do some Figma design, and then next week and others going extra miles to help each other. So that's really beautiful. That's what the teamwork means. And you've taken the whole philosophy of it perfectly. This is what Collab Lab supports. This is what Collab Lab is for. So thank you so much for that. And finally, I mean, big shout outs to mentors, of course. You've been so dedicated, and you all brought your unique contributions as well as support. And it was my pleasure mentoring with you. Thank you for your dedication as well. And finally, Andrew and Stacy are not here, but I want to again give them a huge shout out because Collab Lab wouldn't exist without them. And like every time I mentor another team here at the Collab Lab, every time I get like a better excitement and and I see how much help junior developers are getting from this community. So it's this industry definitely needs these kind of communities and programs, and I want to send huge shout outs and appreciations to them as well. Thanks.
You can also continue with the other columns, Luca.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so what went well? You all know what went well. Your app is fully functional. It looks beautiful. What I want to say is that I loved that you did this extra kind of extra feature in terms of having the token sharing page on the app. It's very, very useful for your future users, and app of course functions totally well. So I also wanted to say that so these last 2 weeks, it was beautiful to see how you approached this self-organization, because first week you kind of worked as a whole team to add some of the stylings, and the next week you kind of split the work in each individual issues. So you kind of self-assigned to these issues, and then you individually worked on it. So just doing this experiment and being open for it, it's wonderful. Just like trying as a team and then doing it as an individual. That's really, really great, because it's a great practice for your future work as well, because that's like how real life kind of works, right? Like sometimes you work with a team, sometimes you need to finish up some things individually. So like putting yourself into these situations, it's really, really wonderful, and I loved it. Finally, yeah, I want to congratulate AB and Claire for getting new jobs. That's amazing, and I'm 100% sure that you will do great, and you will be successful. And of course, if I'm sure that others will also get like better and better jobs, and your future employers will be super proud of you, because you are great team players, you have great communications, you have great coding, and like soft and hard skills. So yeah.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Sorry. So yeah, I should keep going. Right? Keep going. So in terms of what kept us from making progress and what could we do better, actually we would love to, or at least it would be nice to hear some of your thoughts in terms of how you enjoyed these last 2 weeks. Was it helpful, or would you recommend doing something else for the future Collabs, or maybe kind of organizing some of the things differently? It would be great to hear your thoughts, maybe on Slack, or if you want to mention it here, that would be nice too. And finally, what's next for me? I'm working on very interesting kind of freelance project in Georgia, and also going to start a small kind of studio, technology studio, and I'm super excited on doing that. Because of that, I will not be mentoring in the coming cohort, but I will definitely rejoin winter. So that's for me.
Cool. Thank you very much, Luca. Then we go next with Black Bureau, which I think is Claire.
Yes, that's me. Yeah, first of all, it's super short. I mean, yeah, what can I say? Mentors, first of all, you've been incredible. Thank you so much for your help and for dedicating your time to us. From organizing the office hours to, jumping on a call, giving advice. It's all been super useful. So thank you so much, every single one of you. And then also, of course, my teammates. You've all been incredible. I've learned so much from you all, Nadinda, Abby, Sashi. You know, I'm super at the beginning of my journey, but I've had so much support, and you've all been so patient. So thank you so much for that. Next up, let me see what went well. Well, the app is working, which is, yeah, to me, to my mind, is an incredible feat. You know, sort of how the backend works. I was able to learn and see how that works and how it integrates into the front end. I've never done something like that before, so that was really, yeah, really useful to see, useful to sort of get my hand into that a little bit. So yeah, that went well. What kept us from making progress? For me, it was, you know, in the last 2 weeks, my work commitments changed a little bit, so life got in the way a little bit because of that. But yeah, it's in the end, it was all okay. So yeah, I don't know, that was okay. And then next for me, I didn't necessarily write anything, but next for me, of course, thanks to the Collab Lab, I was able to find a new job. I did notice that putting a project such as the Collab Lab on my CV did generate a lot of interest from prospective employers. I think in a month of August, I had 6 interested people, 4 of which were interviews and stuff like that. So it has been super beneficial. Yeah, so the job, and next for me, I want to just keep on experimenting, and I'm thinking of physical computing next, just to do fun stuff with coding. So yeah, that's me. Thank you so much again.
Cool, really interesting, Claire. Next we go with Nadinda.
Yeah, so for me, it's like biggest appreciation to everyone here, like Bella, Luca, Chiamaka, Kevin. Kevin is not here, but yeah, for Kevin as well, and yeah, the teammates as well, Claire, Abby, and Zashi. Is like I came here when I was still sick. Like when I think paired with Abby, I was still in the hospital. I did it on hospital bed and like trying to not annoy the nurse so much because I was on the laptop. Yeah, so was definitely my worst moments of my life, and so working with all of you has been cheered me up a little bit, like not a little bit, it's like a lot, and it's been a wonderful time for me, and so thank you all. Yeah, so what went well for me, it was the pair programming side of thing. I know the last 2 weeks we sort of work separately, but at work I only pair with like one person most of the time, so having to change like pairs every week has been like wonderful for me. I think it works. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And so
I think Nadinda, it's not here anymore, right? Maybe she just closed the call accidentally.